Hi there, I'm Dr. Marie Fang. I'm a licensed psychologist practicing at Life Christian Counseling in San Jose, California. I wanted to record this video to give you guys a little bit of a sense of what you might expect to experience in your first counseling appointment. And every therapist is a bit different, so I'm going to speak from the framework of how I do things in my first session with my clients, and it might be similar for other therapists, and there might be some who do it a little bit differently. So typically, before someone actually walks into the office, there's a little bit of a process for how we first connect with each other. And different people have different ways of finding me. Some heard about me through word of mouth. Sometimes people find me online based on my specialties or the location. We shoot some emails or we exchange some phone calls, and once we get all the details firmed up, we schedule an appointment. And before someone comes in, I do have a bit of initial paperwork to be filled out, and this is both so I can get a little bit of information about who you are, so there's sort of that demographic information that I do need from you, and there's also something that's called the informed consent, which is essentially a description of what my services include, even the legalities of what I can and can't do, the boundaries that are there, things like the rules of confidentiality, all the way to the logistics of my 24-hour cancellation policy and what that looks like. And so I do need a signature of that page before we first meet, which you can fill out either digitally, print out, and bring with you, or I can have it on a clipboard in the waiting room for you if you're able to arrive a few minutes early to fill that out. So once the session time comes, I walk out into the waiting area and I greet you, and we come into the office, and that's where we officially begin the first session. So typically in the first meeting, I'll ask for a little bit of a recap of what brings somebody in to see me. Usually we've already gone over that over the phone or through email a little bit first before we've met, but I like to kind of have a little face-to-face version of that interaction. And then, assuming there aren't any sort of unique circumstances, then typically what we do from there is I ask a little bit about someone's life story. So outside of the specific reason why someone is coming in to see me, I'm going to ask questions that help me get a sense of who you are. So a favorite question that I like to ask is sort of, well, tell me about the timeline of your life. If we started your life over here, and let's say today is right here, there's all kinds of things that happen in between, positive, negative, neutral, and let's go over some of the most significant ones of those that there's time for, so that I can have a little bit of a picture of who you are, what your story is. And then from there, we zoom into the problem at hand. Often there's issues that are coming up in the right now, that life is being impacted today somehow in a significant way. So usually we like to start there before we sort of dig into more insights about the past. And often I will end the session by proposing one or two possibilities for how things could look if someone decided to continue meeting with me. And then we sort of collaborate on, if there's anything that they'd like to change about that, whether it resonates, it doesn't resonate so well, then we shift it around, talk about it, and then we sort of make a loose plan. I always say it's a loose plan because things come up and often we change directions as we go, but it gives us an anchor to start from. And of course modify as I learn more, and we think we can have room to change and grow together in that way. And then I always say there's no obligation after the first meeting to commit to continue coming. So oftentimes people are ready to commit to continue coming, but it is a really daunting process often to look for a therapist. And so if it's helpful to just come in for a single session and see how it feels, then by all means that is okay by me. And I want people to feel like they can take their time and feel like they can meet with someone that is a really good fit for them. So I would like to respect however much time that takes. I think that about sums up what to expect in a typical first session. If you're interested in following any other of my videos, I have a YouTube channel, and currently I have a series going on with quick tips and tools how to be your best self today. So head on over to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon, either on YouTube or maybe in my office or somewhere else. I'm Dr. Marie Fang, and I hope you have a great day.